Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark-Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Shark, Barbenheimer is upon us. The results from opening weekend are in. $300 million. It's the fourth biggest opening weekend for Hollywood ever. And the biggest opening weekend without a Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie. So something in this formula against these two brands that seemed like they were in competition, something made everything explode. What do you think's going on?
Well, Barbie and Mattel did a fantastic job with all their collaborations. There were so many people that were embracing this and being silly with it. I remember seeing an ad with, or a little video spot from John Cena, something that made absolutely zero sense when you think of Barbie. This is not Ryan Gosling. You don't think of him being a Barbie character ever, but yet they even pulled him in. But Barbie did, because of their history, they were able to pull a lot of collaborations together. What's interesting is the most important collaboration is getting people to really talk about your business, and they were doing that with Oppenheimer, about Charles Oppenheimer, the nuclear physicist that helped invent the nuclear weapon, which did at least have Iron Man's Robert Downey Jr. in it. So it may not have had the Avengers, but it did have Iron Man, sort of.
Right.
It looks a little bit different in this movie. But what's interesting is putting those kind of movies together, and these strange collaborations, I think, can often be very beneficial for businesses. It's not always that you need to put, ice cream together in a collaboration with chocolate syrup. It could be something, ice cream plus something totally ridiculous that gets people to talk. You're going to find the synergy there. What's very interesting is, though, that the movies were so incredibly different, because Margot Robbie, as beautiful as she is, it's a totally silly character, has nothing to do with nuclear physics. And then Cillian Murphy does this masterful job in Oppenheimer and probably will win, every award. It's those unique collaborations, though, that sometimes shows that, salt and pepper work together. So,
yeah. And I'm feeling like I'm not belonging, right? Because you said Margot Robbie, so fancy. I always have said Margot Robbie. I don't know if I belong in this category anymore.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't own any Barbies, but I mean, that's what I went with. So,
but no, you're right. The two movies are so different that they drew people in. I think it almost created this situation where people felt like they got to vote for which one they wanted to win more. So they went to whichever one, almost this friendly competition. But then also it created this, I think, especially for like married couples, dating couples, where one wanted to see Barbie, the other wanted to see Oppenheimer. They just went to both. And a lot of the studios had the double feature offer on the ticket price. So like you said, it's a salt and pepper thing. Or the food that came to my mind is one of my favorites is peanut butter and jelly, two things that are so different that just work together well. And I think had the movies come out on different weekends, I don't think the box office would have been nearly as successful. So,
well, it's so interesting too. It's almost like they need to think through more of these, and they didn't come from the same studio. That was one of the things that was great. I mean,
right.
This Oppenheimer was Christopher Nolan and his wife Emma Thompson helped put that together through their company. It's like taking Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Schindler's List. Nothing makes sense out of that. I have no idea what years they were now that I think about it. But honestly, what I think was so cool too is it took a ridiculous topic like what Barbie is, and it's meant to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it made people learn more that went, I'm hoping they weren't thinking they were going to go see a movie about the atomic weapon and feel like, Barbie or G.I. Joe even was going to pop out of there, but just to open people's eyes to really important subjects, which Oppenheimer, that's the whole story is fascinating. It clearly is. It could be a weird way to open the doors to something really interesting and new.
Yeah, I think we'll see more studios doing it, and we'll see more businesses outside of the movie industry doing it as well. And we will be doing this show again tomorrow. So we'll see you then.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.